Brad Clover with Allied Works Architecture, and I got involved with the client with the 400-acre estate in Dutchess County about 10 years ago, something like that. And the main house site was kind of a given. It was an assumption of the owner. It had some restrictions on it. If we were going to build a contemporary piece, it couldn't be within sight of the road in Dutchess County because it didn't fall into the kind of historical covenants. So getting it back enough from the road, getting it up high enough to take advantage of the spectacular view, and that was a sort of logical place on that kind of promontory.
So the form of the building is an orthogonal helix, a band that twists around itself that allows for multiple points to touch down on each other and create spaces that are double height, single height, and have sort of modulation of space that happens in the building. And that's made up by steel trusses that in some two places cantilever about 40 feet. And those steel trusses are variable trusses with some cross bracing in the opaque zones, but the cross bracing is left out to be able to capture the views as much as we can.
Over the course of the project, the owners, very active collectors, were reaching out to artists, asking them to do a piece. They would come and walk the site and choose a site. Again, in the 400 acres of land up there, really beautiful land. They reached out to Doug Aiken. So he and I sat down. I talked about the concept of the house. I talked about the materiality of the house, this nature of the material that's sometimes opaque, sometimes reflective, sometimes translucent, and that it kind of dissolves into the site at times and stands as an object at times. And that was the end of the discussion. He goes off, considers what he wants to do, comes back with a proposal to use the house as his site. And I love that concept, that we use the land for the site of the building and he used the building as the site for his piece. So he filmed the site over the course of a couple of years at different seasons, from different proximities, and then of course did his own editing on it and reprojects it back on that. He basically reprojects the site as it's interpreted by Doug Aiken back onto the house. And so it's when I saw that proposal, I was so excited. We worked on sighting projectors on the house, away from the house, all dealing with the right aspect ratios to map the whole house in this video projection that you see in the photographs. It's incredible. I think it's about a 20-minute loop that you go through. Absolutely extraordinary.